howdy y'all, and welcome to the Dark Crystal Conjunction. As we welcome in a new month, let's look back at the month that was announced, March 2018. First big news we had was a new comic book series. This was kind of the big surprise news of the month. Here's the official press release. Quote, Los Angeles, California, March 23, 2018, Boom Studios and the Jim Henson Company are excited to announce Jim Henson's Beneath the Dark Crystal #1, an all-new 12-issue series debuting in July of 2018. Writer Adam Smith, who did Jim Henson's Labyrinth 2017 special, and rising star artist Alexandria Huntington unveil a new sequel to the hit film as Kensho arrives at the Crystal Castle where he was once a lowly acolyte and is asked to accept the responsibility as leader of Thra. But he will have to rectify sins of the past before he can decide if he or anyone is fit to rule. Meanwhile, the realm of Mithra is being rebuilt by the newly crowned Emperor Queen Therma, whose own quest to decide the future of her land is thrown into question when another fireling makes a claim as the true heir to their throne. Jim Henson's Beneath the Dark Crystal #1 features a main cover by Benjamin Dewey of Autumnlands, along with variant covers by Eisner Award winners David Peterson of Mouse Guard, Ramon K. Perez of Jane, and Dave McKean of Sandman. End quote. From there, the press release goes into quotes from those involved in the making of it, with how much they loved it, how much they grew up with it, how honored they are to be a part of it. The press release ends saying that print copies of Jim Henson's Beneath the Dark Crystal #1 will be available for sale in July 2018 at your local comic book store, and of course, also digitally, all the places you can get digital comics. If they do this like they did The Power of the Dark Crystal, then these are going to come out once per month. So this will take 1 year since it's going to be a 12-issue print, so long as there are no printing errors or delays like they had last time. So very cool news. Very curious to see the extension of the Power of the Dark Crystal, kind of the next chapter in the sequel series of the Dark Crystal. I did not see this coming, so this is pretty interesting to find. In other news, Jim Henson's The Power of the Dark Crystal Volume 2 is going to be coming out April 18th, and that collects issues number 5 through 8 of The Power of the Dark Crystal, and so probably in a couple months they'll have Volume 3, which will collect issues number 9 through 12, finishing off the Dark Crystal. In case you're one who likes to collect the books, or you're a completionist and want to collect everything, then that will be available for you again on April 18th. The cover for that looks really cool, so I already do have all the issues, so I will be passing that up myself. In other big news, the third junior novel, which is going to be the follow-up to The Shadows of the Dark Crystal and The Song of the Dark Crystal, was announced. Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, Tides of the Dark Crystal #3, that's the third book in this young adult novel series, is coming out. Normally it comes out every year in the summertime, but this time it's coming out as a Christmas Eve surprise. So it's coming out December 24th, 2018. It's by J.M. Lee again, and the art is from Corey Godby again, which he does wonderful art, and I think J.M. Lee has been killing it with these novels. I really love these. I can't wait to be doing some in-depth reviews on these, some Easter eggs, and what more that'll be coming in the future of the channel. There's so much to talk about. But again, that's a great Christmas gift coming up. You can already pre-order this on Amazon, and I'm not sure where else it is. If you know where else you can get it, or pre-order it already, then please leave a comment. We did get a little bit of Age of Resistance updates. We do know that at FairyCon 2018, that is happening this November in Baltimore, is expected to have updates on the upcoming Netflix show. By that point, the principal photography is going to be completed, all the recording and whatnot. With the post-production process, the back end of 2019 is where we'll probably be able to actually get to see this 10-hour more of Dark Crystal episodes on Netflix itself. Now, we also did hear from Toby Froud that this will feel very Dark Crystal and maybe even darker, so that's pretty interesting. But again, FairyCon 2018, you can already get tickets to that. It is going to have many people who are involved in Dark Crystal publications and movies and whatnot, such as Wendy Froud, she's going to be there, Toby Froud, J.M. Lee, the author we just talked about, Corey Godby, one of the illustrationists, and he also has authored a small Dark Crystal book as well. They are all going to be there, so you can check that out. And the last bit of news we have is from Chronicle Collectibles. They are the ones making the props. They have the official license from the Jim Henson Company. And the first big one that they are going to have up for pre-order is the Dark Crystal 1-to-1 scale of the Emperor's Staff. They were going to have that up for pre-order last week, but they want people to see it, the actual prototype, up close and personal. And so they're going to be having that at the Fan Expo Dallas. That takes place April 6th through April 8th at the Dallas Convention Center. So if you're there, if you know anyone who has some pictures of that, I'd love to see those. Post some links in the comments. If you have any more info, I'd love to see some photos of that prototype they have. But that is going to go on pre-order, they said, pretty much after they show it. So I would expect that to come out this week or next week at the latest. That's all the news we have. I will try to keep up with this news every month. If there's anything I missed, please leave it in the comments. If there's any news of interest that I should include next month, please leave that in the comments as well. See y'all.